for the winning school. This is going to be the busiest Saturday selections ever. 14 games, rapid fire. The Apple Cup. Who wins, Wazoo or Washington?
Washington win this. Forget the other 10 losses. They're going to win this one for Tyrone Willingham.
That's a good call. I like Washington. I just think they have better players on both sides of the ball. It's a stretch to say that, but they have better players. I like Washington.
The emotional Old Oaken Bucket game. Kickoff coming up at noon on ESPN2.
Indiana's a big upset, but you never... Let me understand. This is what Indiana's going to win. This is the eye they put on the bucket. Oh, this is mine that I won in '82. Then they fired me the next day. But I'm going with Indiana.
I'm going with Purdue. It's Joe Tiller's last game. And they're going to rally for Joe Tiller. Purdue wins.
All right.
It's the last Sweet Sue Tomahawk game. Northwestern, speaking of somebody who knows something, they got all the wins. They're an underdog to Illinois.
Not in my mind. Northwestern shut out Michigan the second half. Last week, they come back to rally. That momentum takes Northwestern over Illinois.
Two teams heading in totally different directions as far as the chemistry and what it takes to win football games. For that, I'm picking Northwestern over Illinois. How many wins is that? 9?
That's a lot of them.
That's amazing.
Vanderbilt has 6 wins, but not yet guaranteed a bowl slot. They could get to 7. They're favored to beat the Big Orange Nation today.
Let me tell you, the Tennessee players were going to win one for Coach Fulmer last week. They lost to Wyoming. They lose to Vandy, too. Forget it. I know.
Hey, I like Vandy. It's just sad to see where Tennessee is right now. Vandy, I think you'll see the quarterback makes plays, Chris Nixon. Vanderbilt wins this one.
It's a crazy Ivy League season. Could have a 4-way tie at 5-2, but not if Harvard beats Yale. Kickoff coming up. Close one on America's vote.
I don't know. Hey, the new president-elect went to Harvard, right? Good enough for me, Harvard.
I'm going with Harvard. I just think that Yale, great. It's always a fun rivalry. Harvard, athletic ability, wins this one.
Now for the Harvard and Yale of the Midwest. Michigan and Ohio State, biggest spread ever in the history of this rivalry. You saw the chippiness there. Wow.
They won the fight before the game. They'll lose the game by 3 touchdowns. Ohio State big.
Yeah, I think Ohio State big. There's enough incentive there. They respect the rivalry, respect Michigan. They will not overlook Michigan. Ohio State wins big.
So much on the line in Salt Lake City. Utah tries to stay perfect, get that $4 million difference in the payout if they can get the BCS at large bid. But BYU's in the hunt for the Mountain West and perhaps in a large bid as well if they win the game.
And you and I picking BYU over Utah. Max Hall is the star.
I think Utah's defense will win this football game. Low scoring, physical, great game to watch, but I'm picking Utah.
All right, we talked about the ESPN primetime game. Well, Myron will get there in time to make a difference. Maryland, again, a couple wins away. They can get to that ACC championship game if they can win out Bird Stadium at night.
You got it.
All right.
Maryland wins for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's cold. It's 25 degrees. Those guys from Florida State will freeze. And they'll want it more than the nose. Maryland wins this one.
Calling them out there. I like Maryland at home. Chris Turner has a big game throwing the football. I like Maryland to beat Florida State.
And 2 other teams also very much in the mix in the ACC, aren't they all? Boston College visiting Wake Forest, regional game 3:30 Eastern time.
I was impressed with Boston College offense, defensive line. Saw it with my own eyes against the Noles. They'll beat Wake.
Jags is a head coach. Logan is an offensive coordinator. Frank Spaziano, defensive coordinator. If BC plays the way they did last week, they won't lose another game. I like Boston College.
Miami's big loss Thursday to Georgia Tech opened the door for Virginia. Clemson trying to struggle around there, get back to 500. Looking for a coach.
C.J. Spiller wins this game for Clemson in a big game for him.
How can you overlook the noon ESPN 360 factor when it comes to Clemson? You realize that when you have that magic formula, it doesn't matter who they're playing.
All right.
Virginia takes them because of ESPN 360 noon.
Good point, though. C.J. Spiller contract drive game. He's starting to play well near the end of the season. I'm saying nothing. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, the magic of Nippert at night. It's an ESPN2 primetime game. Cincinnati trying to close in on that BCS bid.
Cincinnati's playing well at home. Closer than the experts think, though, Pitt. Closer than the experts.
Well, McCoy has to get going for Pitt to be able to win this football game. I think it'll be tough on the road, that hostile environment at Nippert Stadium. They make it happen. The Bearcats get it done and win. Maybe going on to win the Big East now.
Other than the game here, I think the day's most intriguing game, Oregon State, since an 0-2 start, is now just 2 wins away from the Rose Bowl. Underdogs at unranked Arizona.
Somebody knows something about this one, sweetheart. I'm going with somebody's Arizona upsets Oregon State.
I'm going with Oregon State and all that athletic ability. The fact they're only 2 games away. They can feel it. 2 games away. Oregon State takes care of business.
Yeah, I know you're true.
We know feel it.
Yeah, we feel it.
The Land Grant Trophy and so much more at stake. Penn State trying to clinch the Rose Bowl against Michigan State. Sparty can also get a piece of the Big Ten title if they can pull the upset. Ohio State looking in after they play Michigan. Most of the country gets it on ABC at 3:30 Eastern
Michigan
time.
State is a 14-point underdog. That's not right. They're 9-2. Closer than the experts think. Penn State, last-second field goal at home.
Well, Michigan State's had a great year, but I think they're coming into Happy Valley at the wrong time. Penn State needs it, obviously. They get to the Rose Bowl. Evan Royster, Stephon Green. Huge day for Penn State's offense. I like the Lions.
Even in frigid conditions.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be very defensive. Now for the game in Chile, Norman, here tonight in prime time on ABC. The collision of Heisman contending quarterbacks. 2 powerful offenses. Can Texas Tech prolong the nation's longest winning streak, make it 13 in a row, and snap Oklahoma's nation-leading home winning streak at 23 games? Enormous implications for the Big 12 South, for the BCS, for the Heisman Trophy. You're calling the game. I know you'd love to make a pick.
I would.
You'd love to, but give us just a key to the game. A lean, maybe.
I'll give you 2 quick keys to this game. Can Oklahoma establish their running game to set up the play action? If they can run the football, it'll be a long day for Texas Tech's defense. And the other side, can Graham Harrell have time to throw? If he has time to throw and Oklahoma can't get after him, Graham Harrell continues to throw. So I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm hoping.
Let me tell you something. It's good. I love Oklahoma. It's one of my favorite places. This great fan. I'll get it. All right, give me that. All right, look at that. Oklahoma.
Oh, you got that.
Yeah, watch this.
Oh, boy. Oh, I'm ready this time, kid. Come on now.
Give me another one.